It's my modern revelation of all of the churches. It's me tearing down the idols that all of you worship. Now if you need a hard knuckle, then you will be spat out. It's time to rip the church apart.
Now the last book of the Bible's Revelation by John. He sat in prison telling all of the churches where they're wrong. Now I'm no theologian, but I've tried some churches out, and maybe 90% of those make me wanna scream and shout. Every time a preacher says something I relate, they ruin it with ideology. Say God makes all things great. Now I wanna start a conversation. I don't wanna hate, but I'm dropping this diss track cause I am sick of the debate. Yeah.
False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes. False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes.
How do you square a loving God with predestination? How do you square a loving God with any form of damnation? Exclusivists believe that heaven's just for the few, but they seem happy knowing people who will burn. What's wrong with you? You monsters, why aren't you out there? Get your megaphones and pray, unless of course you don't really believe everything that you say. If you literally believed in a literal hell, then how the hell are you not panicking? You'll go there as well. Alternatively, universalists think everyone's safe, so I can't wait to go to heaven and punch Pol Pot in the face. Penal substitutionary theory of atonement taught in most modern day churches, but let's give that thought a moment. God's so angry at humans that he kills his own son, satisfied by watching torture, content when the deed was done. No matter your thoughts on the Trinity, this idea should cause alarmity, that cosmic child abuse or divine self-harm. What?
False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes. False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes.
Protestants, your faith came from a needed reformation, said your origins involve serious anti-Semitism. When Martin Luther was asked what should we do with the Jews, he said, quote, first set fire to their synagogues and schools. This guy was inspiration for Hitler and founded your religion, so when you listen to your vicar preach, keep an air of suspicion. Mostly everything you worship is a divine rival to the thing you're trying to worship, and I know you're in denial. Look, if you worship a saint, that's an idol. If you pray to the dead, that's probably an idol. If you think that God will make you money, definitely an idol. If you think that God will make you happy, that's also an idol. If you think, wait, this could just go on, let's try to break the cycle. Every finite notion of God in your head by definition's an idol. And yes, this goes for Protestants who worship their Bible, calling it the word of God. Wait, that was Jesus' title, huh?
False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes. False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes.
Catholics and Baptists better practice what you preach, cause it don't matter when you're baptized. If you don't love, you just teach. Now the kings and the free tell you what to believe, and if you don't agree with them, you better pack your bags and leave. Progressive Christianity is nice and cool, but you've still got the shadow of the Buddha on your cave wall. Now process theology and essential kenosis. Have a kind of feeble God, might as well worship my left toesies. Now Quaker's not gonna lie, insulting you is kinda tough, but only cause it's nothing that you really stand for enough. A Methodist idea of passion is a strangely warmed heart. You wear sapphire and the burning from the Pentecost start. I went to a Hillsong service once with the sight, sounds and lights. A millionaire said be more generous and pass the collection plate round twice. All these denominations pretend to care about the earth, and I'll believe them when they divest from oil and prove their worth.
False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes. False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes.
JW's put so much emphasis on God's name, except Yahweh and Jehovah's derivation is the same. So what makes you think the name Jehovah is the best? It was the same for Hebrew letters, and the vowels are all guess. Mormons all believe a message sent by Joe Smith, who basically rewrote the Bible. Y'all, that's kinda cultish. Yeah, Rabbi Zacharias claimed to be so high and pious, but his blatant abuse rendered nothing but silence. Kenneth Copeland is responsible for ruining lives, tells his congregants who've lost their job to keep paying tithes. Ontological demons are a myth, but something's possessed that sort. And how come COVID still exists after your wind of God? Rob Bell never cited his references and left Miles Hill real unstable. Pete Rollins won't shut up about Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel. Osteen forgives all so long as he gets paid, and Pilavacci built a career on the fact he couldn't get laid. Ha!
False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks the same through their own eyes. False prophet, that's a cry when anyone says something you don't like. Yeah, false prophet, hear the cries when anyone looks